Listen, you know what? Do you know what? I'm about ready to choke that Allison. I don't know what's going on with that Allison, but she is as loose as a Christmas goose. You hear me? And she is cutting a fool down to the jail, down to the jail. Listen, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it because we got to go from uh, episode 125 through 126. So let's get into it. Let's go on behind these gates, y'all. Hey guys, thanks so much for your patience. I was a little bit late because I was in a meeting and I had to get out of there. I said, I got to go. I got people waiting on me. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. 124, we came back in after our break and everything was cool. I got tied up yesterday, but I was literally over at my mother's house sitting on the couch watching. And yesterday was just, a couple of things. But then today, they some mess, some real live mess going on, real live mess. So let's just go right in. Chelsea now is suffering from PTSD, which I kind of figured that was going to happen. Kind of figured that was going to happen because it was a lot. Thank you, China. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. Y'all know I was real irritated with the stuff that old red lipstick was doing to Chelsea. It was getting to be kind of weird and she was doing too much. That whole forcing herself on her stuff was really starting to bother me. It really was. Allison is now down there giving Norma Desmond down at the doggone police station giving, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. She's really, really gone. Like, she's gone. Quoting stuff that she said, like she's quoting out of a Bible, and they're posing for the doggone mug shots. She's just doing the most. And now she keeps talking and stuff about like going viral and all this. And I said, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. She Gary try to work an angle and she just being irritating at this point. So I see her. Nicole and Ted, they had a nice little exchange yesterday when she told him, and she was exactly right, when she said, what is it that you want? You want a pat on the back for what you did. Y'all remember I said that. I hate to be the one to tell y'all I told y'all so, but I told you so. Sitting around trying to impress the grands and thinking that that's going to work his way back to Nicole, but it's not. It looks desperate. It looks shady. It looks like you are capitalizing off of the pain of the family to get what you want, where the whole problem is getting what you want. That's how you ended up with that extra baby, getting what you want at the expense of your wife. At the expense of your wife. So I'm like, you ain't learned nothing. You still trying to manipulate the situation. He's a whole, listen, Renee, I feel you. I feel you. Timu Ted is about to drive me crazy, really. And then he came over to the Grand's house anyway, after she asked him not to show up. That for me, I was like, you're done. You're done, because now you're just being disrespectful. She said, you know what, we ain't interested. I done told you off, and we ain't interested in what you selling. But you gonna come sell us popcorn anyway? We don't want that. We want peanut brittle. We don't want no popcorn, Timu Ted. And here you come. So I was real ticked off with him yesterday. Then we got Leslie and Vanessa. So Vanessa, though I think Vanessa's a G at some stuff, Vanessa get caught up. And when you really run at her with something that really can hurt her, she backs down. I'm like, You can't back down. If you're going to be one of these type of queens, if you're going to sit in the vein of a Joan Collins, baby, y'all ain't never seen Joan Collins sweat. Joan Collins, when she was over there playing Alexis Carrington, Alexis knew that Blake couldn't stand her. She knew Blake hated her guts. But when she stood up on Crystal, every time she stood up on Crystal and talked shit to her in her face at the caliber that it always made Crystal walk out feeling like, is he still in love with her? That man could not stand her. Couldn't stand. If they would have been digging a ditch for her, Blake would have been the first one with a shovel. He couldn't stand Alexis. But Alexis never wavered. She never let that move her. She always presented like she had it all figured out. Always. So that's where Vanessa, you'll never be one of those girls, Vanessa. Never. You'll never be an Alexis Carrington. You'll never be a Dominique Devereaux. You'll never be, what was Morgan Fairchild's name? Chantal. Y'all remember, see how far back I'm going? Y'all remember Chantal from Flamingo Road? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Flamingo Road back in the day? Where her husband, he didn't mean to do it. He didn't mean to do it. But he hated her so much, he choked her. Lorenzo Lamas choked her and let go, and the banister broke, and she fell from the top. He thought he had done killed her because he couldn't stand her. But that's that, that's that Mr. and Mrs. Smith type of love. Because he about lost his lunch when she fell off of that thing. But he hated her, or so we thought. But you'll never be one of those girls, Vanessa. Now, what you will be, you're going to be a cheap trick, because that's what you do. Now, Vanessa's going to lay around. That's what she's going to do. She's going to do that. She's a round the way girl. She's going to do that, but she gets too scary for me. And Leslie pulled her whole card out. Leslie was like, well, she said, you've been playing in my face this whole time, and I see what you're doing, but what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to sue you for racial discrimination because I don't think your company can withstand it. I said, oh, well, she got you, honey. She got you. Don't nobody want that. Don't nobody want that, especially not at those levels. Don't nobody want no race discrimination. And she tried to talk her way out of it. So, well, back here, it's predominantly African American. They run everything. Yeah, they run everything. And you don't want to look as though you're being shady, do you, Mrs. White Lady? I said, oh, that Leslie's too much. Oh, Leslie. Leslie know how to do it too, but she's so crazy too. She's gonna be able to hold it together. Now, Eva's getting ready to seal the deal with her and her daddy. She going to turn her daddy totally against her, and it's gonna be right back to what it was. It's gonna be you and your mama against the world, because she really is stepping left when it comes to Timu Ted, talking all that smack, and then now you done turned around. You want to get Tomaz, and Blockhead was listening to her. Did y'all catch that? Little Blockhead was over there listening to that heifer, trying to get him to go against Bill. Remember when I told y'all about 50 episodes ago? About 50, and I'm being kind. Remember when I told y'all that Blockhead was going to try to snake Bill? But I thought he was going to try to really dig into him when his health was failing, and he ain't out of the danger zone as pertains to his health still. But old Blockhead was considering it, hanging on every word that Eva was saying. She gonna mess him up in the game, because I think she done already messed up with her daddy. I really do. And if I was old Timu Ted, I wouldn't even be bothered with her, because she's disrespectful. How you put me out of the place I paid for? Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling okay? You got me messed up, girl. Just a mess. She wearing better hair and everything and talking smack to Papa. I mess. I agree, China. She just said blockhead is an opportunist. He is. He is, and it's going to be his downfall. It's going to be his downfall. You said Eva will be running back to Ted. Yeah, as soon as yeah, because when she pissed off Leslie the wrong way, if Leslie get a man, if Leslie get a man, and that'll take her attention off of Ted because she need a man and she got money now. So I believe there will be somebody come sniffing around. Hell, it might be Carlton because after that little stunt that Nicole pulled today, it might be Carlton. But anyway, somebody comes sniffing around. That'll open up her eyes a little bit. She gonna get away from Ted and his daughter because he's weak, and her daughter is just as conniving as she is. So she do herself a favor getting away from both of them. Naomi went at Bill and told him, listen, what are you doing with my mom? What are you doing? What are you doing? All of this is nice. All this togetherness, all this pulling together about Chelsea. Okay, well, Chelsea's home now. And what you're not going to do is take advantage of my mom. We ain't doing that. You get on over there with that little mail order bride that you chose. I said, ooh. Nay, did y'all notice Naomi's getting to be a piece? Old Naomi is really in her. She's I'm liking this Naomi. She's not playing around. She's snapping out, and I dig it. Hey, Harold, I dig it. You say Naomi got her good eye open. Yes, indeed. And then everybody else caught it today, too. So that was all that would happen yesterday when I was watching episode 125 when I was over at my mama's house aggravating her. Because my mother don't really watch the show. She likes, and she told me this yesterday, that she actually likes my lives. And that's not just because of me, because she's my mama. So she's used to me talking my smack. But she likes to watch the live. My mother likes the interaction that we have over here and the energy that I have in my lives for this, because she don't particularly care for the show. But you'd have to know my mother. My mother is more, she's not all this nighttime drama, daytime drama stuff. My mother's more The Wire. She's more that. Okay. Like, she didn't like Scandal because they was doing too much fast talking, and there was some stuff about the law which she really likes, but she's like, they too fake. It's just too fake. All this cleaning up murders, and it's just too fake. That's her. So the whole soap opera thing, my mother be like, but she enjoys hanging out with you all. So thank y'all for entertaining my mama. Because it definitely is not all me. But she said, you make it exciting. And I'm like, well, that's how I see it. For me, it's exciting. I love it. I love the cheeky acting, and I like all that. But my mother don't like all that. She don't. She couldn't stand Empire either. She couldn't stand Empire. And I don't know why we didn't actually get into Power, but Power would be more her speed. She didn't like Empire. She's like, It's like all that singing. They sing one more song and throw that TV out of here. How come Leslie doubled the amount for the house? She doesn't know how much she's going to get. She did that, Melrose, just to seal the deal, because like she said, money talks, BS walks, and they got it to where the people didn't want to sell. Like, they were over there like, well, we're just not going to sell. But like she said money talks. So if I double what, which she acting ghetto. She acting ghetto, because who's doing that? Who's paying double the price for a mansion? Like, and it's probably old. It probably don't even, it's nowhere near worth that. But she's trying to just let them know, I got the money to throw around, and I want it, and I know how to get it. And that's what she says. She said, everybody got a price. Everybody got a price. And if I want it that bad and I pay double for it, they ain't gonna turn that down. What's that, Fifi? So say yes, don't have double. Yeah, it's silly. So yeah, but she gonna do it. She got that kind of money, because if you think back, the trust is actually all she got. It, KB, she got it, baby. She got that kind of money. It's a shit ton of money. let your mom know family business, or she watches family business. So this, yeah, she watches family business. I'm the one that don't watch family business, but she do watch family business. But they even get a little sometimes for her. But she watches family business. Um. So yeah, you figure that the money, that trust has been going ever since Barbara committed Harry Carey. When Barbara committed Harry Carey, that's been a long, long time ago. Eva was a baby. She was a baby. And they didn't even know she had the baby. And Eva's literally, so we're talking over 20 years. And keep in mind, Anita actually has Grammys and everything else. So she was big. Like, she was really big. Because the way they paint her, it's like, maybe not, it's like Diana Ross. She's like the Diana Ross or the Beyonce of that group. So she got money. She got coin. She got coin. And that trust got some money in it. They got some money in it. But she wasted it now with that foolishness. And then, well, I'm sure they're going to stop it. But as her royalties, because remember, she's still getting royalties. And that percentage is still dropping in there. But she's going to stop that mess. Now that she can stop. I didn't think about that. You're right. Yeah, I and you know what, KB? I just sat with that, baby. So I can't even take the credit like, oh, yeah. No, I literally just sat with that the other day and really thought about that and how much money it actually was. I was literally sitting in that the other day. Sitting in that the other day. Yeah, because they didn't put a figure on it, but yeah, when I really sat into what it was, like, oh yeah, this heifer got a coin. She got a coin. So all of that going on. Nicole and Ted are still at it when we get into today's episode. And when they took, listen, when I say the family clowned Ted, they literally clowned him. I say, not the whole family getting in on the joke. And it was raunchy that Bill was the one that got it started. I said, Bill, really? When you're the one who kicked off the whole serving of the papers and all that because you're handling the divorce. Really, Bill? It was nasty work, the publicist. It was nasty work for sure, but it was funny. And Anita was loving it. She was like, she went right up in her husband's wallet. I said, oh, that was so nasty. And he was sitting there looking like Temu, like them little spin wheels that they be sending you all the time on Temu. You're going to get 100% off. I said, chow, nothing like a Jet2 holiday. Chow, all at your expense. They sat there and kiki and cackled and laughed at him. And he was so mad. He was so mad. Then he thought he was making a real move on him. He going to put that $100 bill on the top. I'm like, really? Really? What you say again, Mr. Plastic Surgeon, while we standing here with an ex-senator? If you don't get out of here with that $100 bill. He was so hot. I said, okay. They clowned him. And Bill was shady. Bill was shady. But then when he got mad, baby, he told them, you people. And they were like, you people. I said, oh, you get ready to mess up now. Oh, universal love. You might I don't allow this very much. You'll never be hearing me say you might want to click out because I'm gonna give you spoilers. I'm gonna mess it up for you, and then come back because we ain't got too much longer. We really don't have too much longer. These were really like setup episodes. We ain't there, but I got a little bit more. So you might want to click out and then roll it back, baby. So I'll allow it this one time. This one time. So, yeah, he got the you people and this, that, thing, and the other, and he was talking to stuff, and Anita said, let him talk. Let him talk. Because she was giving him enough rope to hang himself. Because, you know, Anita will read you down. She'll read you for filth. So she was just waiting, like, yeah, you say the wrong thing, baby. I'm going to pack you up and send you to the return bin, Timu Ted. She took and did all that. And then he said what he had to say. And then they were like, And Bill said, look at you. You done gotten your feelings. We just family. We just having a little, you know. Honey, that Nicole looked over there at Bill and said, because his little feelings was hurt. She said, it's not funny. I said, oh, Nicole. Nicole, pick a struggle, girl. Pick a struggle. Your husband's corny, child. Pick a struggle. So I said, she gonna give him a chance. She didn't like that. She was down with it at first. When it was going, when they were first doing the bet and that, she was laughing and keying. But then when she see his face and how he was really feeling, she was like, that kind of touched her. She ain't like the way that felt. Them laughing at her good old husband. Whatever. Now, what I did catch is that the family is starting to clock the whole Danny, that old Danny thing and what Naomi was talking about. I said, They starting to clock it. How Bill's sitting up, laying up like they, together. He ain't been over there with Haley. I know Haley is climbing up the wall. Her man ain't been over there with her in 3-4 days. I said, sorry about it, girl, but it is what it is. Girl, he wasn't never your man. He wasn't never your man. You got the papers, but Danny got the man. That's just the way it is. That song is older than you, Haley, and it still stands true to the day. You got the papers, but I got the man. That was always a read. Always. Always some truth to it. Sure was. And I'm getting ready to get to this and tell y'all what I really didn't like. Now, y'all know, listen. And when Danny told Bill, said, yeah, Naomi had your back. And Naomi was, she's feeling kind of way. And she said, honey, listen, that's not going to happen. I won't ever let that happen again. And she tipped on off, baby. She strut, like my grandmother used to say, she's strutting Miss Leslie off of there. I said, go ahead, Danny. But did you see that little smirk on Bill's face? Like, really now? Because he know. He be knowing what he doing. But let's get into this. Y'all know the more we go on, the less I like Smitty. First of all, child, you see Martin kissing Smitty? I said, wait a minute. I was ready to push Smitty out of the way. I said, get out of the way. You don't know what you're doing. Baby, that doggone Martin got over there, honey, and leaned into Smitty. I said, okay, honey. Smitty was sitting there. He was trying to hold it together and be mad. But, baby, that Martin laid that, whatever that was, on him, honey, and that thing was wanting. I said, you tramp. Get on out of the way. I said, okay, come on, Martin. Baby, Martin wasn't standing on his toes. Did y'all notice? Martin's foot was flat on the floor. I said, so that's how you do it, Martin. Okay, now that's the kind of Martin I like. All that tipping around on his toes and carrying on. No, baby, that Martin put his foot flat down on the ground and got busy. I said, yes, Martin, bring it on home. Martin said, I'm getting off this couch. I ain't got no time for this. We go bang you around a little bit. Now, Smitty went on up there and baby took his knocks, okay? I said it. Took his knocks and pings, honey. Listen, Martin got Smitty up there and banged him around so good that little swoop that Smitty be having in his hair, it was all disheveled, honey. I said, I said, he got you, bitch, did. Baby, that little swoop, I said, he done wore all the hairspray up out of that little swoop you got going on. But when he came down there and then pulled that little stunt, talking about, no, you can't get back in the bed and this, that, I said, see, that's why I told you to put him. Now, KB, see. I was trying to walk away from that conversation, KB. Okay? I was trying to walk away from that conversation and be nice and respectable. You know damn well why his face was red, KB. Child, that's why I told you. I told her to get out of the way. She don't know what she's doing. Anyway. Okay, let's leave that. I'm gonna moonwalk on out of that. Just the way that old Martin moonwalked on out of Smitty, honey. Anyway, but when Smitty pulled that, I did not like that. I did not like that. I did not like the manipulation of it. You betted him and then you played it. I didn't like that. I did not like that. I didn't like that. And that ranked right up there with old Red Lips and what she was trying to do to Chelsea. Because there's something very sadistic about that. That whole, you done went up there and laid up and took your knocks, honey, and then came on down there and you tried to play. I don't, you know, people get hurt for stuff like that. Real hurt. I didn't like that at all. At all. And then when I looked over there at Martin's face, I said, see, I told you to move her out of the way, child. I wouldn't have did you like that, Martin. Oh, Martin. You're going to learn, honey. Put her in the Hudson. Put Smitty in the Hudson and just forget it. Honey. Tell the kids he ran off and left. You know how to do it, Martin. You know how to get rid of people. But yeah, I can't. I'm not. I don't like that kind of stuff. You don't do that type of stuff to people. You don't. You really don't. You don't do that. You if you're not, you ain't in it. You literally use him. He's your husband. He's not just anybody. You treated him like a old nasty piece of hoe off the street in his own house. None of that, because we keep on forgetting that that's Martin's house. You know Smitty's name ain't on shit. He ain't that stupid. Now, oh, he gonna be crying. Bob, he gonna be crying when Martin with some little sweet thing twist on by there, honey, with a different swoop going to the other side, honey, and snatch him up. Smitty gonna be crying in his beer, honey. What a stupid self. Anyway, moving on. I ain't like that. Now, Allison and Chelsea. I don't know. First of all, now, my writers, I got to get y'all and I got to smack y'all on y'all hand a little bit. I understand they got all the money. Hey, Miss Brown, when is Leslie finds out Nessa is married to a black man with black children, that play will fail. Another failure for you think so? I don't know. Because here's the thing. It just depends. The court, see, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example, Miss Brown. The court of public opinion is a mess because, and I'm down here every day with it online. I'm down here with the trolls and the all this mess, just on a different scale. You see how with Chelsea, how Allison is playing in Chelsea's face now, building a narrative, and you see she literally kidnapped this girl. Kidnapped her, chained her to a bed, and then fools online is running around talking about true love and this, that, thing, and the other. And there are actually people who are siding with Allison. And she's building a narrative like Chelsea led her on and that Chelsea's fake and she's pulling the wool up. The court of public opinion is something else. So I don't know. And in the court of public opinion, they may actually go with Leslie and feel as though Vanessa got a whole bunch of nerve because, see, Leslie's not as slick as she thinks she is. Other people in the area know that she's running around screwing all these people. Like, everybody knows her. Everybody knows that she's got friendly box. Everybody knows. She just think everybody don't know. Everybody know. Everybody love it. Everybody love it. So I don't know. The court of public opinion could be really dicey sometimes. So I don't know. So maybe not. Because I don't really see nobody. Because who's her friends really? Who likes Vanessa other than Nicole? She ain't got no other friends. You don't see her with lunching with the rich ladies. She knows what's the other old chick that I like with the red hair? Patty? Is her name Patty? Danny's bestie. She only knows her because of Danny. Like, you ain't never seen Vanessa with nothing but somebody she's screwing around with. So I don't know what Melrose say. Let's see. Melrose said, Smitty doesn't want the kids to get the wrong idea. How about giving Martin the wrong idea? Listen, and thought it was cute. That was the part that got me, Mel's. Pam, that's her name, Pam. Yeah, she ain't friends with Pam. She only know Pam because, Pam got money too. So, but she only know Pam because of Danny. Don't nobody mess with no Vanessa. And Vanessa got money. She got money. But don't nobody really fool with her. You got to keep her away from your man, especially if he black. I said it. The stupid part is that Allison could have just gotten with Chelsea when she wanted her. Well, playing games, wanting her the way that she wanted her. Crazy. Oh, but let me get the writers together real fast. I don't care how much money and how much pull they actually have. There's no way that Jacob would be handling her and that the family would be able to come to the jailhouse and be interrogating her and talking smack to her. That's a little far-fetched because that little interaction with her and Chelsea should have never even happened. And none of them should have allowed it. Jacob shouldn't have allowed it. Madison shouldn't have allowed it. It wasn't healthy. It should have never taken place. So I was sitting here and I was like, usually I'd be along for the ride, but that kind of irritated me. And when she was like telling her she's a clout chaser and got her all in her head, and now we look at she got PTSD, and now she's questioning herself and blaming herself. I was like, girl, she done got in your head, honey. Yeah, that's a whole mess. Because remember, Chelsea was head over heels for Allison. She was digging Allison. She really, really was. But now, here's the thing about karma. And I said this about 80 episodes ago. Chelsea was off the chain to even be messing with them because they were a married couple, and Chelsea wanted her to betray her supposed husband to be with her. So Chelsea wasn't above board. Now we down with Chelsea because we hated it what she did and all that. But if you go all the way back, I was fussing, cussing, and complaining because Chelsea was out of order when it came to Allison. You wanted her to make some sideways decisions to disrespect her husband to be with you. So but the way that they had access to her, that would help her case. That would help her case because what was y'all doing? And she keep on going back to this here marriage. All this here marriage stuff. Crazy. Like, girl, that marriage ain't worth 2 cents. Girl, shut on up. And she's like stuck in that. Like she really feels her head is really twisted up at this point. Like she really feels like that was something. That wasn't nothing. That was a mock piece of foolishness with an old nasty piece of floor cake and floor food. She kicked all that food stuff on the ground. So that's a whole mess. Now, here's the other thing. Oh, yeah, Chelsea like faulting herself for everything. Let's get on my nerves. Last thing I'm going to talk about before I roll out of here. And I know y'all don't even want to talk about these people. Ashley and Derek. You know Ashley get on my nerves. Ashley was doing the absolute most. And did you see when Shanice roll her eyes at her because she's steadily pumping him with this false hope about where he's going? Okay? The man is paralyzed at this point. And she's just doing the most. And then, now I don't know about the Shanice and Ashley making up thing, but it was a good conversation where she told her, girl, Y'all got what y'all got. I told him this. It was that. Miss Thing, I ain't second to nobody. You got it. And it really is all you. That was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. You said we really don't want to talk about. That's why I left it for like the last 5-10 minutes. All of that was cool. But then when Derek was back there and he got frustrated, he was banging on his legs, and then he felt something, I just turned the TV off. That's the first time that I really was like, really, y'all? You like this? That was so corny. That was so corny. I don't need Derek to walk. Not yet. I don't. Allison, I don't think Allison is playing crazy. I think she really is crazy. I think she really is crazy. But I think she's, she a different type of crazy. But you're talking to James Moncrief, not me. But I think she a different type of crazy. I think she crazy like Leslie, like crazy like a fox, like high functioning, mean, vindictive crazy. I think is what she is, like a sociopath. That's what I think she's given. I really did. But yeah, I thought that was very, very corny. Oh, and then when she called that, now she almost got her butt whooped. I said when I was loving this Naomi, when she went in there and played that little game, talking about she got, you're my sister-in-law, talking to Naomi, talking about you're going to be my Lord. Naomi was getting ready to beat her down. Beat her down. Okay, so here, I'm getting ready to leave. But we got somebody new coming in. It's a new guy. And he's playing Jacob's brother. I don't know what, because I just stopped reading. I see the picture of him, and I said, "Ooh, that thing is fine." But I just said, "Okay." I don't know what his storyline. I wouldn't read the article, but the folks sent it to me. I just seen him, and I said, "Well, God dang, okay, he fine." But he's Jacob's brother. I don't know what his part is, but I'm just going to sit right here and I'm just going to patiently await that man to walk on up in here, honey. I said, oh boy, here we go. I wonder where they're going to work him in at, or who they're going to work him in at. Ashley, it bet not be you. Go find you some business. A mess. Anyway, all right, y'all. So listen, I don't know where Mona is, KB, or what's the little child that old girl tried to take out? We ain't seen neither one of them. Ain't seen neither one of them. Oh, he was on Sisters. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, now okay, now that listen. If he coming for Martin, Smitty, girl, you can hang it up, honey. You can hang it up. You're going to be last week's old 3-day-old sushi that been sitting out on the counter. It's going to be all over, Smitty. All over. Laura. Yeah, where's Laura at? Laura and Mona. Where'd they go? And we ain't seen Ashley's mama and her $5 perm either. Anyway, we'll see. All right, you all. Listen, I love y'all for real. Thursday is tomorrow. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see each other more because, Thursday is usually our night. It usually goes down on Thursdays on here. So you said, where's Diego? Turning tricks. He turning tricks, Alexis. He had to do something because Vanessa started screwing the boss. So, child, Diego had to go double time. He got to go do something else. He's somewhere turning tricks. The new guy should be for Cat. That'll work. They'd be a real cute couple because he's sharp. They'd be real cute. Oh, yeah, that'll work Tomas right on. Block. That would tear old blockhead up. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. I'll take that. I'm waiting for the rest of the articulates to come back there and get on Leslie. Because the three of them together, baby, they're going to be giving power of 3 will set you free, honey. They get ready to get her. They're going to get her. They won't get her. James, many of us are thinking that it wouldn't be far-fetched, but I pray not, Lord, now. Okay, so listen, I'm gone. I will see y'all tomorrow, okay? Bye, y'all.